Hey guys, it's Charlie. It's the 9th of November, Tuesday. You know, I know this might sound crazy if you're a typical American who just is waiting for Monday Night Football to come on and swill some beer and then chug through the rest of the week, hopefully if you have a job, so you can get to the weekend and then numb yourself through the weekend so you can get to your next Monday Night Football game. I know that things that I'm about to say are going to sound insane to you, but the reality is that we are on the very verge of realizing the greatest of Great Depressions in this country and around the world. And it's hard for me to pick one topic, especially with all that's going on in the country and the world right now, to talk about. Because there's so many things going on that could lead to this powder keg igniting. It's hard to put my finger on one topic to talk about. You know, on the radio show, we try to cover broad spectrum of topics. And it seems to be that the catalyst for, Armageddon almost is going to be in the financial realm. Now, that's not to say that we couldn't have some kind of false flag attack. I mean, we're finding missiles flying over the oceans around California today, and nobody knows what that's all about. Allegedly, nobody knows what that's all about. You know, we have a situation in Iran that, any day we could attack them under the guise of protecting us from terror-loving terrorist states. But in the financial world, the world is looking at America like we've lost our mind. You know, China came out today and downgraded our debt rating from AA to an A+. Then their finance minister came out and basically said, we're not a safe investment anymore. Germany's come out in the last few days saying that we're clueless when it comes to financial policy. And some articles I put up at Wide Awake News show that who's really benefiting from all this quantitative easing is Wall Street itself. You know, what we have going on is a situation where Gordon Gekko is alive and well and greed is ruling the roost in this country. And instead of the collapse of 2008 leading to real financial reform, leading to some real structure that these guys have to follow, all it's done is put the accelerator through the floor to the point now that the bankster-in-chief, Ben Bernanke, issuing $600 billion more in quantitative easing is going to do nothing but benefit his friends on Wall Street. Now, even though the Dow has managed to close down today, the facts are plain and simple. The country is dying. We're losing more jobs than ever. We have more people on food stamps, more people on unemployment, more people on a poverty assistance program than ever before in the history of this country, and our prospects are getting worse. And so what does the bankster-in-chief do? He decides he's going to make our currency even less valuable, print up $600 billion, and basically make Wall Street even wealthier at the expense of the American people. This is insanity. It's complete and utter insanity. And, on the show last night, I started off by saying the president right now is over in India trying to do what the president's doing to allegedly establish a trade route between here and India so we can trade back and forth. Well, we don't have anything to sell India, all right? We've exported our blue-collar workforce, our manufacturing capability to China years ago. And to Vietnam and to the rest of the Pacific Rim in order to get Wall Street healthier. Now, I know that you've been trained to hear that you've never borrowed money from a bank that didn't have money and you've never got a job from a poor man. Well, everybody's going to be a poor man very soon, except for this very small minority, this very small so-called elite who are raping this country blind. He's over in India right now for some alleged reason, to set up some new trade agreement. But really, the most powerful man in this country and probably the world is printing up money so he can hand it to his friends on Wall Street. And what can you do about it? Absolutely nothing. I want somebody to tell me what the definition of this job is that Ben Bernanke has. He's accountable to no one. Even if the president himself decided that this is insane, another $1 trillion in quantitative easing is going to destroy our country, he himself couldn't even stop King Bernanke from issuing the edict to print this money and to destroy this country. What is the definition of that? This is an utter dictatorship. So everything that you hear all the left pundits and the right pundits talking about, we have to extend the working age so Medicare will make it another decade, or whatever trinket they want to talk about, is completely and utterly nothing more than distractions so you will take your eye off the bankster-in-chief, Ben Bernanke, and his wealth-killing agenda. It's happening before our very eyes, and I personally think the financial situation will be the catalyst that leads to trade war, it leads to currency war, and eventually will lead to a hot World War III. That's all I got.